Hey there, just want to take a quick minute, share some thoughts, just crunching some numbers based upon what's currently happening in DC and how, last month, Janet Yellen made a statement referring to the fact that if the Congress doesn't come together in some type of bipartisanship deal, it will create irreparable harm to the economy as well as to the lives of all Americans. And then as I was processing out more, just looking at the numbers that have been brought into existence within the last year plus. And so as of now, in regards to this whole relief package, $4.6 trillion has been created and allocated to government, states, and whatnot as relief aid just for the stuff we're experiencing in the health front. Not only did this past week, $1.2 trillion was created just for the infrastructure bill. And then also on the table right now, we have $3.5 trillion just for the budget resolution, which is the amount of currency they're looking to spend for an entire year. And then you factor in the debt ceiling is also occurring. And so within that time frame there, approximately $9 trillion or so has been brought into existence, and they didn't even consider allocating funds to meeting prior obligations, which is what all this whole debt ceiling is about. And so right now, Janet Yellen is pleading with Congress to try to have something passed soon. So this next 30 days is another domino added to the many dominoes that I've mentioned. One from the moratorium situation, the other one from the unemployment situation that's coming to an end in September. Then also we got the jabs for jobs crunch that's going to be coming on the private sector. We're being set up very well for some type of event of some kind. And it's all surrounding the collision course of fiscal and monetary policy. And so the irreparable harm that she's referring to, it's already been done. And it's been done through the privatization of our national currency. So just the Federal Reserve note itself and the fact that government has a debt addiction problem. We can't move forward unless more debt is created. And therefore, our livelihoods, which we price in the same currency that they're destroying, is irreparable. We can't go back and undo all the harm done. But moving forward, we can definitely take a different approach when it comes to how we assess and how we value in actual dollar terms, or to be more frank, in the individual standards we all create to weigh and assess the value of our financial dealings. And so when it comes to just this debt ceiling in of itself, whether they suspend it, whether they lift it, they're going to do it because they can't afford not to. Their jobs are dependent upon it. Now it's just a matter of how they work it out. And it's unfortunate that they got the left and right paradigm going at it again, with the GOP mentioning that they're not going to participate in this whole bipartisanship when the Democrats should have included the debt ceiling lingo inside this current budget deal. And so, as I've always mentioned, the goal is to drain the last remaining bits of purchasing power out of this current system so that they can create enough pain to issue or rebrand the currency in its entirety. And that's all about the CBDC stuff. And so the irreparable harm has already been done. It's unfortunate that majority of people are not aware of what's going on. When you throw out these numbers, approximately $9 trillion or so created in the last year plus, and we're nowhere near done. And it is my suspicion that before the end of this year, the Federal Reserve will have to call some type of emergency meeting, because just the mere thought that the world is watching this debacle take place in DC over how much debt they're going to extend or create just to meet prior obligations. We have the Social Security, we got the Medicare, we got the federal workers' salaries, we have the military salary. All those things has already been predetermined as expenditures that the government must take on. It's a bad showing for the United States government, and the faith and credit in our system has already been eroded. Just look at what's happening with the world running towards alternatives, of course gold and silver, and of course the new creation of Bitcoin and things like that. There is no full faith and credit in the U.S. anymore. This ship is sinking fast, and they know that. They're trying to get everything they can out of the system while they still can, while the masses are still asleep at the wheel. But what I find to be the most interesting is the fact that Janet Yellen is talking about irreparable harm. The damage has already been done. It's too late. The only thing we can do is remove as much of our financial dependency out of this old system as the ship is sinking, and figure out what your lifeboat is going to be, because ultimately it boils down to purchasing power. Either you have the economic energy to sustain yourself now or in the future, or you won't. But it's all up to you, because the damage is done. There's no going back, and it's only moving forward. And as long as your life is priced and based upon a currency that is failing, you run the most risk of having your life upended by their decision makings when it comes to our national currency. But anyway, just want to take a minute, share a quick thought, throw some numbers at you real quick. The damage is done. We only can move forward, and hopefully you moving forward. But as I always say, getting your weight up as best you can. Because despite what they do with the price of the metals, we all know what true money is. True money comes from the United States Mint. And pretty soon the United States Mint is going to experience severe shortages, even more so, on coining real money and getting into the people's hands. So regardless of the price, get what you can now and get it out of the system before it tanks. That's just my 2 cents. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you guys later.